Hi, this is Ty Bennett, the founder of the Leadership Inc. Institute. We just wrapped up our July seminar with Chad Hymas. We had a great experience and putting this video together to give you some insights on what to follow up with your leaders and what they experienced today. So Chad, I think today we had great conversation around leadership. Thank you for being here, sharing your story. Maybe just for recap sense, I think as I looked at what people took away, I think there was a lot that people took away. But I think that kind of your 6 points of leadership that you went through as you shared your story and experience with your accident and what came out of that, maybe recap those ideas quickly and then we'll go from there.
6 points that I learned, from the hospital as number one, that people have to be teachable. I wasn't willing to be teachable in the hospital, whether it was my therapist or my dad, and so if we're not teachable, then we can't progress to the next state. And so once I got to that point of being teachable and surrendering to that, then I go to place number two, and that was to stop thinking about myself, my circumstance, and think about those that were being affected because of that. So
you really reinforce the idea of what language leaders need to use. So I think that's a good point.
That language is I, me, and my out. You, we, us, and ours in. So that's number two. So number two is getting rid of the I mentality or the meopic vision and make it a weopic vision. Number three is to show people that you care more than you tell them that. We sent a text off to a guy's wife today, and he didn't say he loved her not one time, but her response was perfect, right? So her response was that I love you back. Number four is to change a habit. Changing habits has allowed me to be more free, pushing a wheelchair and being willing to eat different foods, get dressed differently, so change habits. Number five was to get awkward. And six is really simple, it's proactive versus reactive. And that's one that we hit really hard today.
Yeah, I think that's probably the main takeaway that most people probably will leave with today. Okay. So maybe just tell us what that means and how that comes into play as a leader.
Great question to ask. Proactive service versus reactive service, meaning when someone comes and asks us to help them, more often than not, we will help them. If someone asks us to get them a glass of water, walk them across the street, pay for dinner, whatever it might be, we'll do that. It's that proactive service that that really differentiates people and allows people to have a greater influence on somebody else's life. And so for me, it's been proactively finding someone to serve rather than waiting to be asked, and it's taken my mind off of my personal and professional problems and allowed me to focus on others.
Yeah, I think there was a great message for leaders to be constantly looking for those opportunities to affect change, to reach out, to serve, to be proactive in that way.
Yeah, that's what we talked about.
Which I think is great. So fantastic seminar today, very inspirational. I think your people are going to have great feedback, but follow up on those ideas, really helping them put in place some of the action items around being proactive and changing some of those habits, some of the things that we talked about. Thank you for being part.